Wow, look at that shot of the sunrise. It is 6:22, 35 degrees, and John Marshall reminds us we are just 12 days away from spring. Welcome back to CBS 2 News Saturday morning. We'll get ready to spruce up your home for spring with the latest in design trends and remodeling ideas. They are all on display at the New Jersey Home Show this weekend at the Convention Center in Edison. And one of the special guests at the show is TV designer, contractor Chip Wade. Chip, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. You've done so much. We've seen you all over the place. You have your own shows on HGTV.
I do.
Tell us a little bit more about your background.
I'm from Atlanta. I went to school at Georgia Tech where I studied engineering. So that's where I'm a little bit different than maybe some of the other folks that you see on the network. I was a structural engineer, and so I started more on the building side, and design kind of came a little bit later. But I designed more like an engineer, so it's very functional, it's very practical. Obviously, we make it look beautiful,
right?
But ultimately, it has to work.
Sure. All right, well, you have presentations today and tomorrow at the show, and you're focusing on 3 remodeling tips, starting with pictures is the first one.
Well, I love to encourage people to have inspiration pictures, whether you're getting it from magazines or whether you find things online. I always keep a running folder of anything that I see that I like. So whether I'm driving down the street and see a house that's just cool, has great colors, I'll snap a picture of it. That is really the first step in kind of organizing all of your thoughts. So I encourage anybody, whether you're doing a project or not, just to have a building portfolio of things that you like. So when it's time, you are way ahead of the game. All
right, and how about now budget has to be?
Now you have to budget. Now a lot of times people do this backwards. They find everything that they like to such an extent where they start physically purchasing things before they really come to the table with an amount of money to spend. So even before you find your contractor, if you hire a designer or even do things yourself, it is vital that you throw a number out there and discuss it either with yourself or with your spouse or whoever's actually spending the money. And you need to establish it, vocalize it, and work to that number, because everything has to be scalable. If you start too late, you're always in trouble.
Right. Now, and you were talking about, you started as an engineer, everything, but so much is about personalizing things and designs. And
well, this is where I feel like design is today, is we love these awesome inspiration pictures that we find if we have the money to do a project. Really what I want people not to miss is the fact that it needs to be personalized. You have to love where you live, where you spend all of your time. So if you're spending that money on these projects, it's not just so you can sell your home 100% of the time or that it's protecting your investment value, but ultimately you are the one that's living there, and so crafting it around the way you want to live your life is so important. And that's really what I'm here to talk to people about with the home show. There's so much to see.
Yes.
I will definitely see things I've never seen before at these home shows. I actually get inspired myself. So it's just a great way to kind of jog the creative juices, see what other people are doing and how that may fit into your project.
And you and I have been talking about remodeling, but this home show is for all sorts of folks, people who are looking for their first home or looking to buy a home.
Yeah, there's inside stuff, there's outside stuff, there's cool combinations of both, which is actually my favorite kind of design, especially down in the South. This is a new craze, is the connectivity between the indoors and the outdoors, and really doing that at a high level. So design has been very well established for interiors and exteriors, but that kind of melding between the two is a very exciting thing where there's a lot of new products available that even up here in the Northeast, you know, it can be very attainable for most of the year.
All right, Chip, thank you so much
for having me
here. And the New Jersey Home Show, it continues today, wraps up tomorrow at the New Jersey Convention Center in Edison. You can find ticket information on our website, cbsnewyork.com.